I got Colorado ranked, and they do not. But if I tell you that Coach Prime, who has gone 27-6 as a head coach, who has had back-to-back 10-win seasons, who brought in a quarterback who is as talented as Caleb Williams and CJ Stroud, this is not a hot take.
The good old hot take. They are needed in sports, whether it is to pump up a fan base or send others into react mode. I am confused on why Fox Sports analyst R.J. Young expressed why they were a top 20 team. But I believe Colorado can turn their program around in due time. They will not fight for a college football playoff berth or a New Year's Six Bowl or even contend for a Pac-12 title during Coach Prime's first season in Boulder. They have a few steps to go before top 25 consideration, and here's why. The most hyped and scrutinized college football team of 2023 is without a doubt the Colorado Buffaloes. With that being said, it is not to say that they are expected to be the best or even in the top 25 rankings to start the season. The biggest turnarounds last season were Tulane at a +10, TCU +8, Washington +7, Troy, USC, and Ohio all +7s. Since so many players departed, we have no real frame of reference on where to start with managing such a massive undertaking. Colorado faces an uphill battle, and it may take some time for this team to click and turn around. Vegas has Colorado's over-under win total for 2023 at a measly 3.5 games. While they may not be very good or ranked super high at the beginning of the season, they will undoubtedly be one of the most fun and exciting teams to watch. Keep in mind, R.J. Young compared USC starting 2022 in the poll at 14 after a similar lame duck season when Clay Helton was dismissed. Well, Lincoln Riley came west from Oklahoma with a promising freshman quarterback already in tow with Caleb Williams, who had proven that he could win at the FBS level, and a Biletnikoff Award winner in Jordan Addison. Riley's pedigree is nothing to sneeze at, as he led Oklahoma to 3 college football playoff appearances, 4 Big 12 championships, and 2 Heisman winners in Baker Mayfield and Kyler Murray. Coach Prime led Jackson State to back-to-back Southwestern Athletic Conference championships. Those SWAC championships were the school's first since 2007, and in Sanders' first season, he led the Tigers to their first winning season since 2013. The Jackson State Tigers' success made him the hottest coaching candidate in college football. The deserved excitement around Colorado football emerged after Deion Sanders took the helm as the head coach. For the spring game, 47,277 fans were in attendance, which is considered a sellout at Folsom Field. The Buffaloes also had the 10th most attendance for a spring game. Players from elite Power 5 schools flocked to Colorado following the excitement Sanders had built. Many of them project to be starters. A lot of these players are coming from the SEC, ACC, and Big 12. Last season, the Buffs won just 1 game and finished last in the Pac-12 conference. Only 3 Division I teams in the country averaged less yards per game, and just 4 teams scored less points per game than they did in 2022. Colorado was an abysmal team last year. There's just really no way around it, but the fastest way to patchwork a college football team in the modern era is through the transfer portal. These players they brought in are all older and more ready to play than most freshmen would be. It is an enormous hole to dig out of for Colorado, but the team is already off to a great start before even playing a game. Deion Sanders' son, Shadir Sanders, was the starting quarterback for him at Jackson State and transferred with his dad to Colorado. Shadir is one of the most talented quarterbacks in the country. He threw for 3,742 yards and 40 touchdowns last year at Jackson State and could have played nearly anywhere in the country. Having Shadir join him was just the first domino to drop. Arguably more impressive, Travis Hunter joined Shadir in transferring to Colorado. Sanders was able to flip the #1 recruit in the class of 2022, Hunter, from a highly touted football university, Florida State, to commit to Jackson State last year, a lower FCS school. He is an elite defensive back and wide receiver and will likely play both at Colorado. This team will look completely different from last year. From near the bottom, across the board on offense and defense, they project to have one of the most talented rosters now in the Pac-12, especially on offense. While the Pac-12 may seem like a Power 5 conference on the decline, remember that 6 teams from the conference finished last season ranked, and more schools project to be better this upcoming season, just as Colorado does. USC and Washington are ranked in the top 10. While there is no doubt that there is a ton of hype around Colorado football for what Deion Sanders has done already, flipping this roster into a competitive one, it is hard to imagine them compete in just his first year for a Pac-12 championship. Their scheduled difficulty ranks 23rd, with road games at TCU, Oregon, UCLA, and Utah. And they also face USC, Oregon State, and Nebraska at home. The Colorado Buffaloes will be better than they were last year, but may finish in the middle of the pack in the conference. The Buffs' hysteria is real in Colorado, but fans expecting to see a team that competes for the national championship or even the Pac-12 championship in year one will be disappointed.
People are paying attention to Colorado because 71 players have entered the transfer portal since August, the most of any FBS team since the transfer portal was implemented in 2018. A lot of people are wondering if this is going to pay immediate dividends for them, and a lot of people have some doubts.
Nonetheless, expect a fun team to watch that at times will look like they are great. There is a lot to build on from what they have already formed in Colorado. Next season will be just the start. In reality, this team brought in a lot of good players through the transfer portal and is an unknown commodity in the Pac-12. But to begin the preseason in the top 25 is asinine. Coach Prime will fuel himself and the Buffaloes by overreacting to every slight, whether it's real or manufactured, to keep that competitive edge and turning Colorado into a powerhouse. Let him reset the championship culture, build chemistry, improve every week, and gaze into a future where the Buffs are competing for titles in the Big 12. What do you think? Do you agree with RJ Young? Should they be in the top 25 starting off the season? Let me know your thoughts down below. Until next time, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.